The scene opens with Alex walking through the bustling construction site or office of the top-performing division, leading his team with confidence. He's seen discussing the layout of a new project with his team, gesturing at blueprints, offering insights, and suggesting improvements. The camera pans across the division's operations, showing smooth workflows, collaborative meetings, and employees working efficiently under Alex's guidance. He's seen coaching team members, mentoring younger colleagues, and providing feedback. His presence one that inspires respect and admiration. His leadership style is hands-on, and the results speak for themselves. Projects are completed on time. Budgets are met, and the division is a revenue-generating powerhouse for the company. The camera transitions to a meeting room where Alex is leading a strategy session. He's speaking passionately, offering new ideas to improve efficiency, increase profits, and streamline processes. The team listens intently, and Alex's ideas are met with enthusiastic approval. His decisions have directly contributed to the division's success, making it the most profitable part of the company. The camera focuses on Alex's proud expression as he sees his team energized and motivated by the direction he's leading them in. There's a subtle shift in the tone as the camera cuts to Alex walking into the office of the new CEO. The CEO, who has been on the job for a short time, seems preoccupied, distant, and distracted. Alex offers a confident handshake, but the CEO doesn't make eye contact, keeping his focus on the documents on his desk. A sense of unease begins to settle in as Alex realizes that the once warm and engaged leadership of the company has started to feel distant. The scene opens with the introduction of the new CEO, a young and ambitious figure with an air of confidence. The camera captures him walking into a meeting room, shaking hands with department heads, and taking a seat at the head of the table. The atmosphere in the room shifts as the CEO begins presenting new ideas for the company's future direction. The camera focuses on Alex sitting at the table, his face showing polite curiosity, but there's a noticeable tension in his body language. He listens intently, but as the CEO starts outlining a new strategy, Alex's expression begins to shift. The CEO's presentation is full of sweeping changes and a focus on rapid expansion, budget cuts, and a shift in priorities, none of which seem to align with the division's current success under Alex's leadership. The camera cuts to Alex's face, showing a mix of confusion and concern as the CEO starts dismissing the previous strategies and successes. Alex tries to speak up, offering a counterpoint, suggesting that his division's methods have led to consistent success. But the CEO brushes him off. The camera zooms in on Alex's hand as he clenches the edge of the table, frustrated but trying to maintain composure. As the CEO continues, the camera shows Alex glancing at the other executives in the room, noticing that no one is voicing the same concerns. The CEO's tone becomes more authoritative, and Alex starts feeling that his expertise and contributions are being undermined in favor of a new direction that feels disconnected from the realities of the work Alex has built. Alex's attempts to interject become quieter and less frequent, his unease growing with each passing moment. Later, Alex is seen walking through the halls of the office, his head slightly lowered, deep in thought. The camera follows him as he observes colleagues excitedly discussing the new CEO's plans, seemingly blind to the risks involved. Alex's face hardens as he realizes that his once trusted position is now uncertain. The company he helped build is changing in ways that make him feel increasingly out of place. The scene opens with Alex in a large conference room, seated at the table with the CEO and other executives. The camera shows the CEO flipping through a report on Alex's division's performance, which has been exceptional. However, instead of praise, the CEO begins questioning Alex's decisions with vague, critical remarks. "I see some inconsistencies. Here, Alex, you're going to need to clarify how these results align with the bigger picture," the CEO says, glancing at the report without offering specific examples. Alex's face shows confusion as he listens, his brow furrowing. The camera shifts to show his frustration building. He leans forward slightly, trying to explain how his strategies have contributed to the division's consistent success. "The numbers speak for themselves," he begins, but the CEO interrupts, offering no acknowledgement of Alex's input. Well, we're looking for something more innovative. We need to rethink this approach, the CEO retorts, his tone dismissive. The camera zooms in on Alex's face as he processes the feedback. This isn't the constructive criticism he's used to. Instead of addressing the actual performance of the division, the CEO continues offering general statements, like "we need more creativity," or "it's not as fresh as we expected." The lack of specificity in the feedback frustrates Alex, as it seems to ignore the actual success his team has achieved. The camera cuts to Alex's clenched jaw and the slight twitch of his hand, showing his struggle to remain composed. Later, the camera shows Alex walking back to his office, his mind racing as he tries to make sense of the situation. He reviews his division's reports again, searching for any flaws that might justify the critique, but everything appears solid. The success of his team, the productivity, and the innovation are undeniable, yet he feels the weight of the CEO's vague criticism hanging over him. In a quieter moment, Alex stares out of his office window, feeling like an outsider in a company he helped build. Unsure of where his place now lies, the scene begins with Alex walking down a familiar corridor, the echo of his footsteps reverberating off the walls. He's called into the CEO's office, a place he's visited many times before, but now feels colder, more distant. As he enters, the camera focuses on the CEO seated behind the desk, his expression emotionless and businesslike. There's no handshake, no warmth, just a coldness in the air that immediately signals something is off. Alex sits down across from him, expecting a routine conversation, but the atmosphere is tense. Heavy, the camera shows Alex listening as the CEO begins to speak, his voice calm but firm. "Alex, we've reviewed the direction the company's taking, and after much consideration, we've decided to let you go. Your approach doesn't align with the new direction we're implementing." The CEO's words hit Alex like a punch to the gut. The camera zooms in on Alex's face, showing his disbelief, confusion, and growing sense of betrayal. His eyes widen, his mouth opening slightly in shock. The boss continues, but the words begin to blur in Alex's mind. All he can focus on is the reality of what's being said. He is being let go, the camera captures Alex's inner turmoil as the CEO justifies the decision, mentioning a shift in priorities, a need for fresh leadership, aligning with the company's new vision. But Alex can't understand how his years of dedication, the success of the division he built, could be dismissed so casually.
Ow.
The camera lingers on his face as the realization settles in his contributions, once celebrated, are now ignored. His hands tremble slightly as he clenches them together, trying to remain calm. But the sting of betrayal is clear on his face as the CEO finishes speaking. The camera shows Alex's internal conflict. He wants to argue, to plead his case, but the words won't come. Instead, he nods slowly, the shock still evident. He stands up to leave, his posture rigid and stiff, his mind racing. The camera follows Alex as he exits the office, his face still a mix of disbelief and anger, unable to comprehend how his years of loyalty and success were discarded so easily. The sound of the office door closing behind him resonates in the silence, marking the end of an era for Alex at the company he helped build. The scene opens with Alex sitting in his living room, his phone buzzing on the coffee table. The camera shows his hand reaching for the phone, his face a mixture of disbelief and frustration as he sees multiple texts from the CEO. The first message reads, "Alex, I've made a huge mistake. Please, we need to talk. I need you back. Let's work this out." The second text quickly follows, "I'll give you a higher position and more money. I value you, and I realize now how important you were to the company. Please don't make this decision final." The camera zooms in on Alex's face, capturing the coldness in his eyes as he reads the words. Next. The camera shifts to a series of missed calls from the CEO, each one marked with increasing urgency. The CEO's voice is heard. In the background, leaving a voicemail, "Alex, I'm really sorry. I understand now that I made a terrible mistake. You've been integral to the company's success, and I was wrong to let you go. Please, let's talk. I'm willing to offer you more, a senior role, whatever you need." The camera shows Alex's face as he listens to the voicemail, his frustration growing as he hears the CEO's desperate tone. Alex places the phone down on the table, running his hand through his hair, and leans back on the couch. The camera shows his gaze drifting to a picture frame on the Taboola photo of him with his team, smiling proudly in front of a successful product launch. The camera lingers on the photo, emphasizing Alex's dedication to the work and his team, which now feels like a distant memory. He picks up the phone again and reads the CEO's messages once more, his face hardening. The offer of more money, a higher position, none of it matters now. The betrayal is too deep. The camera follows Alex as he stands up, walking slowly to the window and looking out over the city. There's a sense of resolve in his posture. He won't return to the company that dismissed his value, no matter how much money or power is on the table. The camera captures a moment of silence, showing Alex at peace with his decision. He isn't looking for validation from the CEO anymore. He's ready to move on, knowing his worth is far greater than the company that let him go. The scene opens, with Alex at an industry event, shaking hands with former colleagues and making new connections. The camera follows him through the crowded room as he confidently converses with others, exchanging ideas and discussing new opportunities. There's a noticeable shift in his energies, no longer weighed down by the past, but is instead fully engaged in his future. As Alex walks around the event, the camera focuses on his face, showing the determination in his eyes as he networks and reestablishes his presence in the industry. Next, the camera shows Alex at home, late at night, sitting at a desk with a notepad filled with scribbled ideas and plans. He's brainstorming new business ventures, sketching out the foundation of his consulting business. The camera zooms in on his hand as he writes down potential clients, ideas for services and strategies for growth. Despite the challenge ahead, there's a sense of purpose in his movements. Alex is no longer focused on the company that let him go. He's building something entirely his own, a business that reflects his values and expertise. The next shot shows Alex sitting in a cozy cafe, meeting with a former client. The camera captures their handshake as they discuss new projects. Alex speaks with confidence, offering solutions and ideas that align with his skills. His past experiences and success are now tools he can use to create something more fulfilling. The client listens attentively, nodding in agreement, clearly impressed with Alex's vision. The camera captures Alex's satisfied smile as the meeting wraps up, showing that his hard work is already paying off. As Alex continues to meet with potential clients and collaborators, the camera shows his growing confidence. He's no longer just a part of a system that undervalued him. He's in control of his career now, creating opportunities and building his brand. The scene ends with Alex walking into a bright, modern office space, the camera capturing him, entering with purpose. Now the head of his own business. The scene opens with Alex sitting at a sleek conference table, surrounded by high-profile clients. The camera captures his calm yet confident demeanor as he presents his innovative ideas. His hands gesture toward a series of slides that showcase his creative vision, carefully crafted solutions that cater to the specific needs of his clients. As he speaks, the camera shows the clients nodding, clearly impressed by his expertise. Alex's eyes light up as he discusses how his approach will make a tangible impact on their business. The camera zooms in on Alex's face as he receives praise from the clients, a sense of accomplishment washing over him. He's no longer constrained by the limitations of his past company. Here, his creativity is welcomed, and his expertise is valued. The next shot shows Alex signing a contract with the major client he'd just pitched to, the deal officially securing his place in the industry. The camera captures the firm handshake, symbolizing a new beginning. As Alex walks out of the meeting, his face is full of quiet satisfaction. The camera follows him as he walks through the office corridor, the weight of his previous struggles behind him. His business is growing, and he's taking charge of his destiny. In the following scenes, we see Alex in his new office reviewing contracts, overseeing projects, and meeting with his expanding team. His office is full of life. People are collaborating, ideas are flowing, and Alex is at the center of it all. The camera shows him confidently leading a meeting, offering guidance to his team while allowing their creativity to flourish. His leadership style is collaborative and empowering, a reflection of the freedom he now enjoys. Later, The camera captures Alex at another meeting, this time with a new client. Clients are excited to work with him, and he has a confident smile as he discusses potential collaborations. The work he's doing now is deeply fulfilling, and it's clear that his reputation in the industry is growing. Alex's business is thriving, and he is no longer bound by the constraints of a company that didn't value him. The scene opens with Alex receiving a text from the CEO asking for a meeting. The message is polite, but filled with a sense of urgency. "Alex, I'd like to meet and discuss things. Please, let's have a conversation." The camera shows Alex reading the message, his expression calm but guarded. He pauses for a moment. Considering his options, the resolute nod, he sets down his phone and grabs his jacket. Preparing to meet the person who fired him months ago, the camera cuts to Alex walking through the familiar corridors of the company building. But this time, everything feels different. He's no longer the man who was dismissed with vague criticisms. His step is confident, and his posture is upright, reflecting the shift in power. As he enters the CEO's office, the camera follows his movements, showing him standing tall in the doorway. The CEO, sitting behind the desk, looks up in surprise, but quickly masks it with a neutral expression. The power dynamic has completely shifted. Alex is now the one in control. The confrontation begins with the CEO offering an apology. The CEO starts, but Alex cuts him off, his voice steady and calm. "I don't need your apology. I need you to understand how far I've come since you let me go." The camera captures Alex's face as he speaks, his expression calm but firm. "I've built a business, found new clients, and created something meaningful. I'm no longer tied to your company. Your failure to see my worth is not my problem anymore," Alex continues, explaining how the new direction the CEO was pushing for ultimately led to the company losing someone valuable, someone who was responsible for the division's top performance. "I designed your success, and now you're seeing the consequences of treating people like me as replaceable," Alex says, leaning forward slightly. The camera cuts to the CEO's face, which shows a subtle shift from defensive to regretful. The camera lingers on Alex's composed demeanor as he continues to speak calmly, outlining his success. "Since I left, I've achieved more in a few months than I ever would have in your company. I'm building something based on respect, creativity, and my own vision." The CEO's expression begins to falter as Alex's words sink in. He finally realizes the true value Alex brought to the company and the mistake he made by firing him. The confrontation ends with Alex standing up, ready to leave. He doesn't seek closure or an apology from the CEO anymore. "I'm done here," Alex says, his voice filled with finality. The camera shows Alex walking out of the office, his confidence undeniable. He doesn't need validation from the CEO. He has already proven his worth. The camera pulls back to show Alex walking down the hallway, a man who has fully reclaimed his power, is no longer defined by a company that never truly appreciated him. The scene opens with Alex sitting at his desk in his new office, surrounded by contracts, project proposals, and client files. The camera shows him flipping through these documents, his face calm and focused. As he reviews a particularly important contract, the camera lingers on his expression, a quiet sense of pride and satisfaction. He pauses, placing the contract down, and looks around the room. The office is spacious, bright, filled with his personal touches, bookshelves filled with design books, artwork, and reminders of his journey. The camera then transitions to Alex walking through his office, observing his team, collaborating on a new project. He's no longer a leader in a corporate machine. He's a mentor, guiding and supporting his team as they bring new ideas to life. The atmosphere is open, creative, and collaborative, unlike the environment he once left behind. Alex is seen offering feedback, encouraging his team to push boundaries, and leading by example. The camera shows his team members smiling, clearly respecting and admiring Alex's leadership. Next, the camera cuts to Alex standing in front of a large window, looking out at the city skyline. His reflection appears on the glass as he gazes into the horizon, a quiet moment of introspection. The city before him symbolizes the vast opportunities that lie ahead, And as Alex looks at his reflection, the camera emphasizes his growth. He's not the same person he was when he walked out of his old office. He's stronger, more confident, and more self-assured. The camera captures Alex's face as he smiles to himself. The realization of how far he's come settling in. He's no longer defined by the company that let him go, nor by the challenges he faced. The lessons learned during his difficult journey have shaped him into a better leader, and he now knows that his worth is not tied to a job or a company, it's something he defines on his own. The camera pulls back as Alex stands tall, his posture strong and confident, fully embracing the journey that lies ahead. The scene begins with Alex standing in the center of his new SR, modern office, gazing out through a large window. The camera captures him from behind, looking out over the sprawling cityscape below. The sun is setting, casting a warm golden hue over the horizon, symbolizing new beginnings and endless possibilities. The camera lingers on Alex's silhouette. His posture relaxed yet proud. He's at peace, fully aware of how far he's come and what he's achieved. The world outside is full of opportunity, and Alex knows he's in control of his own path. The camera shifts to a closer shot of Alex, his face reflecting satisfaction and quiet pride. His eyes are focused on the future, and his expression reveals a deep sense of fulfillment. He's no longer a part of a system that undervalued him. He's built something on his own terms, something that reflects his values and integrity. Camera pulls back slightly to show the full office, modern and professional, with a few personal touches that showcase Alex's growth in success books, artwork, and small mementos from his journey. This space is a testament to his hard work and the new chapter in his life. Later, camera shows Alex meeting with clients, his confident demeanor further solidified as they listen attentively to his ideas. The room is filled with mutual respect, and the feedback he receives is a far cry from the dismissive criticism of the past. Alex's new business is flourishing, and he's built it from the ground up. He's now in control. His expertise and creativity, appreciated by those who value his work. The final shot shows Alex walking out of the office, his stride purposeful and assured. He steps into the future with confidence, knowing that no matter what challenges lie ahead, he is prepared. The camera captures him walking out of the building, his silhouette standing tall against the backdrop of the city as the sun sets behind him. His journey has brought him here stronger, wiser, and more in control of his own destiny.